One of the things I'm really surprised I didn't bring up even, I'm an AI nerd.
Hmm.
Like absolute I think here's the thing, there's two sides to it, right? Everything, either it's gonna take away jobs and the whole thing, but I find it helped me create so much time to do certain
Hmm.
things. Like, speaking of relationships, I find a lot of the tasks that I found it so nitty-gritty and push and shove and took me a lot longer, are a lot faster, which means I can actually create events.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I am excited to be here today. I'm excited about my guest. She's a mortgage broker, but that's not all. She's an investor. Listen, I love what she do. I love how she help our clients out. I love the way she helps them figure out things. And so I'm excited for us to dive into her perspective, to see things through her lens. And so I want to introduce you all to Miss Jessica Narula. Miss Jessica, how you doing? Did I do good with the last name?
You absolutely did. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. I am doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. And Miss Jessica, I'll be honest with you. I kind of want to dive in. I want you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. Miss Jessica, if you want to give us a little bit of an origin story of how you got into what you do, we would love to know that. And please tell them where you are in the world geographically and what markets you're operating in. And so, Miss Jessica, you have the floor, man.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me, first of all. And I'm actually in Toronto, Canada. So thanks for having me. I know you get
Mm.
guests from everywhere, and especially the US. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And a little bit about my background. So right after university, I actually started working as a paralegal, and I kept ended up being in real estate for some reason. So I was like, okay, fine. So I was a real estate paralegal. Then I knew there was like more to life outside the nine
Mm.
to five. I really
Mm.
wanted to create something for my family. I came to Canada when I was 14. So I was born in India. So it was a journey, and I started looking into real estate investing and Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm sure most real estate investors have heard of it and started there. But I did realize a lot of the information out there was very US based and not much Canada based. So
Mm.
it was a little bit of a digging journey and learning from local investors and things like that. And I started as a real estate investor. So I was buying flips, I was buying rental properties with JV partners. So, you know, I was the active partner. I found passive partners who wanted to partner, who wanted to put in money. I did the deal finding, the managing construction, managing tenants, and all of that part. Then I got my mortgage license about 6 years ago. I just felt like I was trying to figure out, I was 26 years old, trying to figure out how I would borrow money from the bank. And
Mm.
I got into the mortgage side just to figure out how that would actually work and what that would look like. And also, it gave me a good value add when I went to networking events to talk to other investors. Like, I'm a mortgage broker. I realized how important conversations are. And it's a nice conversation starter where you feel like you are able to have this conversation because you are bringing in this value. And that's one of the main things. And now my focus at the moment, I still manage a lot of my properties, but my focus is my mortgage business, which has been for the last 5 years. I truly do enjoy strategic financing, like helping investors figure out how they can reposition and figure out how to, especially in markets like these, where liquidity is really important, and making use of the right opportunities as well is also very important. So I love working with investors and even first time home buyers who want to build long-term wealth. So that is my focus at the moment.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking us through the journey, taking us into how you got into it, what you do now. And so I have a saying that I say is that destiny has no wasted moments. Meaning, like, no matter where we go at in life, destiny has a way of giving us tools that we develop. Destiny has a way of building character, and all these things we just keep piling on as we go through life. And so when I hear you came to Canada at 14, you was a paralegal in real estate paralegal, and he's like the 9 to 5. This ain't it. you know, you, you got the mortgage because you wanted to figure out like the money aspect and getting money of it all. So what is it about you that destiny has given you that kind of makes you be wired the way you are? Like, why is it that you like, the financial strategic financing? Like, can you see anything in your youth that kind of made you wired the way you are now and that helps you be who you are today?
Oh, I love this question. And I think everything is related to your childhood. As an entrepreneur, you'll learn this. We'll all learn this. If you're not improving yourself, you're not figuring out certain things, you're going to be stuck. Was one of my biggest lessons. And that led me to a lot of challenges that came through my journey led me to just learning more about myself,
Mm,
the mindset aspect, the self-awareness aspect, limiting beliefs, like how your
mm,
subconscious works and things like that, right? So I started getting into like neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, like different aspects of the mindset. And yeah, like as a kid, I've always like been a little the black sheep of the family, I would say. I think that seems to be a common thread among a lot of entrepreneurs, it seems like. I also love it's so interesting. As a kid until about even high school, I wasn't the greatest at studies, like, at
mm,
all. Even in India, it's very competitive, right? Like, you're either a doctor, engineer, or, one of those, bigger professions, and I was just it's just not for me. So when I came to Canada, school was a lot easier, I'm not gonna lie. So I yeah. So it was a lot easier, and, I did well, but after grade 10, I was like, "Math is not for me. I don't know what XYZ means. I'm good."
mm,
And I'm okay. And so it's so interesting that I landed here. So it wasn't because I love numbers or real estate or anything, but I realized it was a tool. Money, real estate, everything at the end of the day is a tool that leads you to freedom,
mm,
be a better giver, understand your core values. You're able to take care of the people around you and yourself, right? So I
mhm,
think all of these things, mortgage, real estate, all of it are essentially tools that help you in a bigger picture that you have. And I actually grew up dancing a lot, and I still,
Mm,
you know, do that. And that's where the creative aspect comes in. So when you asked if I can point where I like the creative and strategic thinking, it's because I realize creativity doesn't have to do with dance or singing or piece of paper. That can be applied to any part of your life. It's just how your mind is wired.
mm,
So I started focusing on, I just realized when I did like creative thinking about how I can figure out certain things, complicated things for clients, I just enjoyed that part. And was it stressful? Absolutely. But was it also fun? I think so. And that's how, and then my mom was actually an entrepreneur in India. Being a
mhm.
female entrepreneur in a place like India in the like 90s, yeah, like she taught me a lot of things while just even growing up watching her. And then when we came here, unfortunately, both my parents had to take in jobs and factories and things like that. But I when I reflect back, that had a big impact on how I think and I do my business now.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that answer. Thank you for that well thought out answer. Thank you for that in-depth answer. And I mean, as you was talking, I wrote down the word tools when you said, like, this real estate, this money, all this stuff is a tool. It's a tool to get your time back. It's a tool to get your freedom back. Now, I have another saying where I say, when you know who you are, you know what to do. Like how you took time to develop your mindset. When you know who you are, you know how to use everything around you to your advantage. Because everything is just a tool for me to get to actually power the real person that I am. And so I love how you talked about creativity and dance. That's how you feel about dance and creativity. That's how I feel about stories. I feel like everything is a story, right? And so when I'm talking to people, I want to know the story. When I look at certain things, I know it has a story. The lights that we use, it has a story. Like everything has a story. And so because I love stories, it helps me tap into my superpower to say, let me bring up the story. And so that's why I love talking to you. I love your answers. Thank you so much again for just giving such a thoughtful, in-depth answer. Like it's really bringing value to this episode. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this, Miss Jessica. What is your next goal? What are you looking to solve next?
One of the biggest things right now is creating consistency in all aspects of my life. I think as entrepreneurs, we can get distracted with ideas a lot. Like our mind works, like, in so many different ways. And I think focus is underrated as a
Mm,
as a
mm,
tool, as a concept. And I think
mm,
that's why one main things I'm practicing is building trust within and also focus, because
mm,
the more we say things we're going to do things and we actually do it, you're not just building integrity and trust with the outside world, but also with yourself. And I think that's like one thing that I am is I'm focusing on now is if I'm going to say I'm going to do something, I will do it. And not that I always didn't practice, but like even tiny things like going to the gym, taking that walk, having that better breakfast, things
mhm.
like that actually have improved so much of it in my client communication and transaction. I feel like a clarity is there because there's a direction.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could remember his last name, but there's a fitness coach named Coach Lynch. Wish I could remember his last name, but I can't. But he has a statement where he says, if you lie to yourself, then you truly have nobody else left you can trust. And so I love how you talked about you got to build trust with yourself. The more you keep your word to yourself, the more your confidence starts to build because you're not lying to yourself anymore. So you know you're going to hit the gym. You know you're going to eat right. Then you know you're going to knock this goal out the park. You know you're going to be successful. You know you're going to make the call. You know you're going to do the networking. Like the more you keep your word to yourself, the more you are literally training your brain. This is what we do. We keep our word to ourselves. And that's like when people start to write down goals and have vision boards, that's why that stuff start to happen because they have kept their word to their self. So they are literally training their brain every day. They're working towards that goal, even if they don't realize it. But every day they are training their brain to do it. And so, again, thank you for what you're saying. It is really impacting, making total sense to me. And you started talking about your connection with other people. So I want to start talking about relationships for a little bit. And I want to know your perspective on relationship building within business. Is it important? Has it benefited you? What is your style with networking and relationship? Talk to me about how relationships are affecting you.
Oh, that's honestly, I personally realized over the last few years, connecting with people and having conversations is truly my strength. Like, I
Mm,
love that part of it. And most of like online, yeah, sure, but the in person, oh, that's like that feeds my soul. And I think I love like anything I've done in the industry so far is all based on relationships. Like I would not have been doing any of it if it wasn't for the right people around me, right people trusting me, right people pushing through the hard times and right people trying to figure out things with me, being my hearing board and vice versa. And I think everyone comes in your life for a reason. And I do truly believe that because either they will teach you how to be better, or actually, in any case, they will teach you how to be better because in a lesson or in a different way, they'll help you out if you choose that way.
yeah.
And I think relationships are so important because I realize you can't, if you would like to even get to a certain level of income, for instance, in business, even as a mortgage broker, I need realtors, I need lawyers, I need different professionals, insurance companies, financial advisors. That's technically part of my team, my brokerage, other agents in my brokerage. And I've realized like having that community and companionship is so important because I'm a millennial
Mm,
and like we have this whole social media thing of self-care and prioritizing yourself, and I think that's important, but I think we have also created this loneliness pandemic of people isolating in this in instead of creating communities like
mm,
in the name
mm,
of self-protection. I think that's
mhm,
what's happening, and I think
mhm,
we're almost, like, overdoing the whole self-care thing. It sounds like because I felt it and I've been there and I'm speaking from experience because I did do the whole self-care thing, and,
yeah.
where I was like, "Oh, this person is this person is that," like, too much, too that. No one is for perfect, like, no one.
Mm,
So, like, what are you gonna push everyone away? Like, I think that's was one of the biggest lessons in the last few years. You can't
mm,
do it alone. Use your discernment. Yeah, not everyone is meant to be part of your life, but
mm,
use your discernment into, like, where is this push away coming from? Is it overprotection? Is it truly self-care? And I
mm,
think shutting down the noise of what social media says and always listening to other people. I think the quiet time and the meditation really helped me to be like, okay, what do I sound like
yeah,
outside
yeah.
of the noise? So,
Mm,
and speaking, so simple terms, yeah, relationships are the key if you want to succeed, and the right people are going to help you.
mm. Woo, you are dropping gems, Miss Jessica. Every time you say something, my mind starts to turn because I love how you talked about so there's a difference between solitude and isolation, right? Isolation is when you shut everybody off and disconnect yourself from the world. Solitude is sometimes when you take time away to recalibrate yourself, get your thoughts together, rest. Some things you can only do by yourself, but it's not isolation, right? And so when you start talking about community, I wrote down two things: community and communication. So community is common unity. It's when people dwell together in common unity. That's community. And I always say healing happens in community. Like that's like when you have a body of people that is of common unity, when they link up together, they make sure everybody is okay. So if that's the case, we make sure everything is okay. We make sure people are okay financially. We make sure people are okay mentally, especially when you're linking up with the right people. Like you said, you can't do it with everybody, right? But when you link up with the right people, healing starts to take place financially, mentally, physically, emotionally. All these things start to happen because everybody of us of the common unity, right? And so again, you started talk about social media. I think, and you talked about meeting online is cool, but it can't replace meeting in person because this is how communication works. There's the 55-38-7 rule of communication. 55% of it is body language, 38% of it is tone, 7% of it is actually the words that you say. So that's why communicating in person is so big because you see me, you can see me, my upper body, but you can't see my feet. You can't see my feet is. You can't see if I cross my arms. All of those things are communicating body things to you. And so I'm just putting a nail on the head or hammering down what you so eloquently said. All these things are important that we don't isolate ourselves. Solitude is cool. Don't isolate yourself. Communicating in person is so big because you can read all the body language because that's how the brain works and just about community, being of the same yoked mentality with people around you. That's how you grow business. That's how you grow relationships. So I love everything you said. Love everything you said. Let me ask you this. Is there anything that we haven't said that you want to say? Any topic that we haven't touched on that you want to touch on? Or is there any words of inspiration, education, or motivation you want to give the people?
One of the things I'm really surprised I didn't bring up even, I'm an AI nerd.
Hmm.
Like absolutely, I think here's the thing, there's two sides to it, right? Everything, either it's going to take away jobs and the whole thing, but I find it helped me create so much time to do certain
Hmm.
things. Like, speaking of relationships, I find a lot of the tasks that I found it so nitty-gritty and push and shove and took me a lot longer, are a lot faster, which means I can actually create events. And I used to host a lot of events last year as like networking events and just like do that more and do put time and energy in that. And just like getting my business more organized is a lot easier. So I think like exactly 100 years ago, we had the Industrial Revolution and now we're in the AI revolution. And I think things are going to change. We don't know. We're seeing changes, but it's going to change more. And I think one thing I will say to everyone, and I've been in places where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to pay the next bill. And I've also been the other way and anywhere in between because I'm still
Hmm.
like in this 6, 7, 8 year journey where you're still establishing yourself. And one thing I will say is be adaptable,
Hmm.
learn what's going on because it's not going to help if you don't, because someone else will adapt and move forward if you don't. So be adaptable, work with integrity, create that community, build connection with the right people, and honestly use your discernment to
Hmm.
see what works and what doesn't and where it's coming from.
Hmm. Listen, so well said. Listen, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate, learn more about you, what you're doing, how can they reach out to you, Miss Jessica?
You can find me on Instagram at JN. So it's my initials. So Jessica and Narula. JN Mortgage Group is on Instagram. Jessica Narula on Facebook. I am not on TikTok. I should get on it, but I'm not there. You can always email me. So it's Jessica at jnmortgagegroup.ca.
Awesome. Well, listen, I want to sincerely say first, thank you for your time because obviously we know time is valuable. We're doing things to get our time back, right? So thank you for your time. Definitely thank you for your story. As I told you, I put a premium on story. So thank you for the gift of your transparency. Thank you for telling your story. I greatly appreciate it. And definitely thank you for your perspective. Thank you for your mindset and bringing that mindset to this platform. I greatly appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So listen, y'all heard Miss Jessica. You got the value. You can't tell me you didn't. So definitely check her out, but definitely make sure you are subscribed because I say it all the time, and we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to bring up amazing guests just like Miss Jessica. And so thank you again, ma'am, and to everyone else. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.